If you want to see me sort through something I got yesterday that I have no idea what it is, stick around. I have no idea what's in that box, but I will say it's heavy. You gave me that and that. I'm gonna dump this stuff out on the table. Let's go through it, see what we got. I'm gonna call this video the mystery box. Just gonna remove a couple of things that I know are aluminum. Old sheet. Wherever. Made in the USA. Can you believe that? I didn't know anything was made in the USA. This must be the old days. You tell me, how many times do you see made in the USA anymore? Pots and pans. We got a wok. A wok. So I don't do much with pots and pans, but I do know that that's aluminum, but that's steel. So in order for me to get aluminum price, I'd have to cut that off. So for me, I take that whole stinking thing because it's really hard cutting them things off. I'm gonna throw that right into my dirty aluminum. Dirty aluminum. Right into the barrel. Now I got an old wok. The wok is no good. Ain't nothing but a piece of metal. Throw that into your shred pile just like it is, because I'm not gonna use it. So that's what I'm gonna do with this stuff that I got in this bucket. Anytime I run across now, when I run across stuff like this right here, this to me, I consider that heavy steel, and that's heavy prepared steel. So I don't know if you've noticed in my videos previous to this, but I am starting a pile of what they would call number one steel, right? Number one steel. This is number one steel. This is not number one steel for the most part. Throw that in my shred box, and I'll throw these in my number one steel box. So as I go through this box, when I pull something out, I'm going to think of it that way, as number one or shred. Shred being thin metal, appliances, stuff like that. But this is heavy metal. And then sometimes I'm going to run across stuff like this. I don't think that's something that I would just go ahead and scrap out, because I have a whole box over here of nuts and bolts that I started saving, because I used to just throw them away. Now I started saving them. But anyways, that's going to go in my heavy steel pile. My heavy steel pile is outside, but in the meantime, I'm just setting some stuff aside right here. I got a DeWalt charger. I don't think anybody probably wants these old school DeWalt chargers. I throw that into my plug pile. I do not make plug soup. Thank you very much, but I will not and do not make plug soup. These wires here, actually, it's an extension cord. You can see it's like that. But they might call that double insulated at your scrapyard. But if you split just like that, now they have no choice but to call that single insulated, because that's what it is. Generally get more for single insulated than you will double, like an extension cord that has a cover on it, and then all the strands have plastic on them. That's double insulated. So I'm going to throw this personally into my single strand shred metal. Now I'm going to, even though it's very light, there's probably not much in it. I can hit that with a hammer a couple times, because that looks like that's about the only way it's going to come apart. It's got this little Phillips head. I might just look inside of that just for the heck of it. Now this is something, to be honest with you, that I kind of hate to throw away, because, gosh, a lot of times I could imagine that I could use a piece of wire like that. But what happens is I put it in my shop. I forget where it is if I need it, and it just takes up space. So I found myself throwing away a lot more stuff than I used to. I used to kind of save stuff like this. Might even would thought about selling it, but then never would. Gosh, I have a hard time throwing it into the shred bucket. Could be used. Until I finish out this box, I'm gonna set it aside because just in my mind, it doesn't make sense for me to do that. Look at that. Nice plate, 1/4 inch stuff. That's heavy duty. #1 steel. Save that in your #1 steel pile. You will make maybe 3 or 4 cents more per pound, and that's always gonna be worth it. So shred. Look at this piece. Look at that piece right there. I'm not sure. Somebody obviously made this. Got to cut a couple welds onto a nut and they use it for something. I'm personally not going to use it for anything. But without me even saying, you know what pile that goes in. Look at that. Somebody made something else, and I'm not sure why they made that. But like I told you, this video is mystery box because there are some mysteries. Look at that. That has been welded, I guess, maybe through that little hole, and it's a socket. I'm not sure why they got an angle iron steel on a socket because nothing's going to turn that. So curious, but for me, can't do nothing with it. But it's heavy steel. Stuff like this, it's just thin metal. Maybe take off your couple wing nuts. Throw them in that box over there. And I don't know if who has been to the hardware store, probably not a scrapper, but to buy washers. How many washers, man? That thing cost you 7, 8 cents. But the rest of it, for me, it's just small metal, it's shred. But this mystery box is still pretty cool. Oh, I already see something cool. That I don't know what it is. 2 of these, don't know what they go on, but my grinders have shields on them. But look at this. Wow. Can you believe it? Why would somebody throw that away? I literally picked up this box in St. James yesterday, and there's a pair of long needle nose pliers. That's insane. That's insane. I can't believe it. I mean, that's insane. I don't even have a pair of them. How much that cost? About $25? Picked it up scrapping. Look at here. There's some nice washers in here. Snatch off real quick. It's a nice size bolt with a couple washers on it. I'm telling you, I've been throwing these things. Look at there. Look at there. A little star wrench from a... Wow. I mean, I'm coming up with some real goodies in here. Gosh, this is actually a magnet. It's a magnet. I'm sure it at one time went on something. A mystery box. Look at that. It's a magnet. Glass shade. Retaining ring tool. Pretty interesting. Looks like modified at this end. This might be the end right there. Pretty interesting. And it's aluminum. Solid aluminum. It's a cool box, man. Cool box. Little wrench I have no use for. Little wrench. Oh, yeah. I might have use for that. Wait a minute. Where's my grinder? I lost mine. Oh, look at that. I lost mine. I've been knocking it off with a screwdriver for I don't know how long. Mystery box. Mystery box. Well, I know where that's going to go. Wow. I don't really have any use for that. I have plenty of tools. Shred. Nice, thick aluminum with, oh yeah, that come off real easy. I think that was a magnet or something. Nice thick pieces of aluminum. Not sure what these are actually made for. Oops. But, oh, there's another one. Man. mystery box is amazing. Oh my God, I see a couple more things down there. Pretty cool. Oh, I had a feeling that was a piece of steel. Too much rust on it. If you're enjoying as much as I am going through this mystery box, and we're not even done, we got another one. Please smash that like button right now before you go anywhere. Nice. This is all like sheet aluminum, and I don't know the number that they call it. Look at that. That's some type of a square, but it's for something special. But this is good aluminum. This is sheet aluminum. You get #1 price for that, 100%. Somebody please tell me what that number is. Something. I don't know. Look at this. This is like a little square. It's not magnetic or anything, but it's apparently made maybe for working on metal, making straight lines on metal, as opposed to a regular standard square like what a carpenter would use, like myself, something like that. Kind of does the same thing, just maybe it's made for a different metal. That's pretty cool. Oh, pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool right there. I like it. I like it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but obviously I'm not gonna throw it in my shred box. But this stuff I'm gonna save separately with anything that I find. What is this? What is this? There's a ring. Oh, wait a minute. Ha! It's a scale. Look at that. It's a scale. What's it say on this scale? I need to turn my light down. CHATILLON, New York, USA, INST-T. Pounds. It says pounds. Up to 15 pounds this thing will weigh. That is freaking cool. I've never even seen one of these. I've seen big scales, but not no tiny scale like that. So I'm gonna have to look up what that says on there to find out where that scale would be used. Up to 15 pounds. Oh, wait a minute. There's another one. Yeah, that is freaking too cool. Look at that. 2 weird scales. Man, I love it. I can't say it, but it's something New York. Chatillion, New York, USA, INST-T. And I'm sure if I took a picture with this thing with my Google Pics, pull up Google, and then over in the search bar, you look all the way to the right. There's a little camera kind of symbol. Click on that. So I will be doing that with this as soon as I get done making this video. Save that. What a mystery. Mystery. Pretty heavy steel. Don't know what it is. Save that in my heavy steel. Nice bolt. Save that. Air pressure gauge. An air pressure gauge. No? Wait a minute. What in the world is that? It holds something. So apparently, maybe you put a pen in it. There's nothing in it. Nothing in it. Taylor, Rochester, New York, USA. So whoever had this bucket must have been from New York. But I'd say that's old, and that's something I'll probably take a picture of with my Google picture thing, if I know what that is. Does anybody else know what that is? I'm curious. This is a piece of heavy steel. Nothing. Don't know if I need that. What's this here? A couple gator clips. Gator clip ends. Don't know what I can do with that, but I do know a guy that works on electronics a little bit. Nothing there. Steel. Piece of aluminum that is screwed together. I'll take that apart again later. Oh, a little piece of aluminum goodness. This came from a light or maybe a ceiling fan, but that's nice, clean, heavy cast aluminum. So throw that in your cast bin. If you're still here and you're liking the video, please let me know by hitting that like button. And oh my God, look what I just found. Wow, it's beautiful. Oh my God, look at that. I love that box. Look at that, it's full of aluminum. I mean, yeah, brass. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to use a new end. The bag's full of it. Full of ends. Man. I'm not going to empty this bag because this is what it is. It's literally these tees. What I got in my hand. That goes to a grinder. Probably even fit mine. We'll set that aside for now since I found 2 keys. But that's what's in here, and there's a couple. Wow, what a bag. What a bag. Too cool. Too cool. Plus there's more. Yeah, this completely has an end on it. Huh. Too cool. Look at that. Oh, that goes on an air, something air too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. String's broken, but we know what that is. It's a plumb bob. Seems like you can fix the string. Unscrew that thing. Oh, man. All you got to do is put a new string in it. That thing is beautiful. Look at that. New string, plumb bob. That's solid brass. Wow. How pretty that is. Oh, the tip is made of steel. But unscrew this, put a new string in it. Got a brand new plumb bob. That, I'm gonna throw in there too. Wow. This was, even though, like he said, he didn't have much. I also, from this guy, I picked up a whole huge box of stuffed animals on my last pickup when his sister passed. And I gave them to my sister, and of course she sold the whole box. Look at there. Well, easy to do. Nozzle. Oh, torch head. Electric torch head. I think I have a bottle around here somewhere. I'm not going to throw that away. Mystery box. Kawasaki charger. Kawasaki charger. I guess that's this one. So before I just throw it away, I'm going to stick that battery in there. I'll let you know later on if it worked. I don't know. I don't know what this goes with, but it is a piece of heavy steel. What an interesting box. Piece of that brass. Look at that bag I'm going to put on that bag. What in the world is that? Does anybody know what that is? Looks like it might be used to, like, say, let's just say you had a piece of steel or a piece of sheet metal that needed to be cut through, thinner, you know, like sheet metal, and then you would put it right there, hit the end of that hammer, and that would cut through that sheet metal. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Won't throw it away. I'll look it up on Google Pics first. Another one of them sockets. This one's in there with a star bit screw. But it's been welded on there, so socket's not worth much anymore. But that's an impact socket. Not sure why they built that. It's heavy steel. Multi-tool. I've had so many things. Oh, wait a minute. What we got? I knew this thing was heavy for a reason. Two. This box is just getting cooler and cooler. Lead bars, 2 lead bars. And just out of curiosity, I wonder how much they weigh. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got 0, 0, 0. What we got here? 2.6 pounds of lead. So I'm not sure how much you get for lead, but I'm not even sure how much I get for lead. I haven't sold any lead for a while. To be honest with you, I've been kind of trying to save up my lead. And I have a bucket of that right over here. I'm saving my lead because I think lead's gonna be a lot more valuable in the not too far future because everybody's gonna wanna make bullets. Get this up here so we can go through the rest of this box. Everybody's gonna wanna make bullets soon. I can feel it coming. All right, let's dig out the rest of the brass. Brass goodies. Brass. I just seen something else cool. Steel, brass, something else pretty damn cool, but I have no idea what that would be for. What is that? I have no idea. Put this thing down a little bit more so you guys can see what's going on. There we go. What is that? So, I mean, what? What's that go into? 3/4. Definitely not. Okay. Oh. Now what? Now what? Is that for rounding something off or something? I know it fits in the socket head where I mean, you know, like where that would be, but I have no idea what that is. Does anybody else know what that is? Answer me down in the comments. I see it will fit into a 3/4 thing, but then I'm still looking at this end. I'm not even looking at the other end, so mystery. Mystery. Set that aside till I figure it out. I'm guessing these are mostly just steel, but these will and can sometimes come in real handy, like these nuts and bolts and screws and stuff. No need for that. Got us old school paper punch. I don't know. I have no idea what I would ever do with a paper punch. To me, it's a piece of shred. Is it worth something to somebody else if I put it in a whole batch of stuff and say, for sale? I don't even know. Look at there. Oh, look at there. How cool is that? All right, let me fix some stuff here. We got stuff going on. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. All right, now we got that straight. Let's get it back where we want. There we go, look at that. Oh, tiny pair. Couple tools. Pretty neat stuff. Piece of copper wire. I know I'll do that. I'll run that right through my shredder at a later time. Oh, look there, old pair of feeler gauges. Now, like I said, I have a lady that will buy tools, especially older tools. She's an antique dealer in Southport, and I save stuff like this, put it in a lot of things, and I mean that might even be something that goes to her. I don't know. I had a couple things down that I've seen already. All right, nice. Nice, star bits. I'm not real sure where that what that goes to. I'm gonna hold that aside though, because it does have a it goes in a socket wrench. I'm definitely gonna save these. Another one, another one. Man. 2 more pairs of them feeler gauges. I'm gonna give me some more. Hoping I can get them all once I get started like that. All right. Either way, got 4 of them. I do have a box for that right over there. And some more aluminum. Some more shred. Shred. Well, look at there. Never seen one of them before either. How cool is that? So for small, put a small socket on there, and never seen one. I wonder if somebody made that. Somebody might have made that. Pretty cool though, pretty cool. All right, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. You're here. You're still here watching. Give me a like at least. I like comments better, but likes do too. I'm just having a blast going through this mystery box. Hope it doesn't bother you that it's taking so long, but I mean, I'm just trying to show you guys as I go. That's heavy plate steel, number 1. That's what we got here. I've seen these things before. It's not a protractor. Is it called a mic? A miking tool? Is that a miking tool? I've heard. For seeing how thick something is. And I wouldn't know how that would work either. I'm gonna set that aside because I'm curious and it's a tool. That lady down at Southport Place would probably buy something like that from me. A little bit more nuts, bolts, washers. I'll throw that in my little washer thing to go through later. Not a clue what that is. Does appear to have a couple screws in it. I'll work on it later. Little soldering. These butterfly things can come in real handy sometimes, so keeping that aside. Other than that, looks like just a bunch of miscellaneous. A couple of big sockets. Big sockets, a little bit more copper. Oh, pair of scissors. Heritage. A couple more pairs of these feeler gauges. We've got a spark plug gapper. Maybe this guy is into mechanics a little bit. Another piece of brass. Blade or something. There's another one of them feeler gauges right there. That's 3 sets of them. That pair of scissors. Some more aluminum. That looks like stainless. Nope. Garbage. I have a socket box. Don't have any use for that. It's for cutting wood. Steel plates, shred, thin metal, nuts and bolts. That's about it on this one, guys. Here, so I'm gonna get all that stuff out and I'll be back in a minute. This bucket seemed to work out pretty good for that last one. Oh my God. All right, so it is literally a bucket of nuts and bolts. Mystery solved. A bucket of nuts and bolts of every kind. Wow. Oh, gosh. If you can think of it. Look at this. Does anybody know what they are? I'll tell you what they are. If you have a big square that goes like this, this would go on the edge of it, tighten it down, and that's how you would cut your stair treads. You'd put one over here, and then the L shape, there'd be one over here. You set it on the board, mark your lines, cut your stair treads. So that's basically a stair for cutting stair treads. I will see if the other one's in here because they generally come as a pair. And for that matter, it's brass. It is brass. A bunch of little brass nuggets in here. Saved them with my brass nuggets, but I did get a couple other things. Besides that, I might find the other one in there. I don't know. What in the world is this? I have no idea why this box would be put together like that, or what these little things are here. Apparently, oh, okay, wait a minute. Take something, put it through it. I don't know, I'm guessing, guys. Take maybe a different pair of pliers than these, clamp it down on it real good. I don't know. Is it copper? Yes. They're all little copper pieces too. Copper pieces. So, I'm not going to dump it out, but cable says right there what that is. Interesting. A couple more gator clips, but these are much more extravagant than these last gator clips. These are the little ones. I got a set of big ones. I guess maybe you put one in each nostril. I don't know. And then somebody pulls you along. I don't know. Right here. Oh, look at there. We went from one extreme to the other. Pretty cool. Gator clip. So what do you do with that? One on the ear. All right. One on the ear. One on the nose. I don't know. Oh, a charger. Which reminds me, I found my charger to my scale. Oh, this is the Kawasaki. How is this the Kawasaki? This thing says Kawasaki too. Kawasaki. Well, that's the Kawasaki drill. I need to get this thing off of there. This is also part of the mystery box. It's also a mystery how that comes off of there too. I don't even know how it comes off. I'm not gonna mess with that, but anyway, it says Kawasaki, so it's a charger, maybe for one of them little cars. I'm probably just gonna bust it open, take out the motor. Oh, got a pair of pliers. Oh yeah, they might need some WD-40. Oh yeah. WD-40. Picked up some other stuff. Might need a little work. Picked up some other stuff yesterday that I ended up saving a lot of. Them are good. That is a good set of pliers if you need that kind. This massive drill bit. Bits. Concrete. You can always tell a concrete bit because of the way the shape on the end of it. That is for cutting through concrete. This bit actually, these bits go in a hammer drill. Look at that. Another set. Look at this. And there's 1, 2, 2 more sets of feeler gauges. 2 more sets. Feeler gauges, pretty cool. Old, go with my tools, put them in my tool thing. But this, every kind of nut, bolt, and washer you can think of. And some razor blades. Be careful putting your hands in there. A router bit. brass bits. All right, guys. I'm gonna pull the rest of this stuff out of here. Put it in my, oh, there it is. There it is. I just put the other one down. There it is. Told you they come in pairs. You're always gonna have two of these. Always gonna have two. It's never single because they're for one certain thing, and that's cutting stair treads. And you can't do it without one of them. So in order to cut perfect stair treads, as you're walking down, them are the two items you're gonna need. So I will put that again in my tool bin to sell to that lady in Southport. She likes tools. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me and going through this box. I'm sorry the second part of that video was Willy Wonka. But yeah. Brass. Lots of brass. Lots of brass. These things are brass. Yep. Brass. A bunch of it in here. Brass nuts and bolts. Oh, another one. Some goodies in here. I don't know what time it is, but I feel like my day is done. So I'm gonna call it quits for the day. Probably around 4 o'clock, about time to feed the dogs. Do me a favor, smash that subscribe button down below and leave a comment if you feel like it. If you've seen anything you thought was interesting or something I didn't know what it was, you know what it was, tell me what it was. And until next time, what's next? What's next? What's next? Scrapping with Grandpa.